Good day, ladies and gentlemen, this is Creator GX, and welcome today to GxCraft. Today we have a game between ESCGoOdy as the blue Terran and oGsUniden as the red Protoss. That's right, we have a PvT today, a TvP, a I guess there's only two ways to say it, so there you go. I'll begin elaborating a bit about these players now. ESCGoOdy, I really should have done more research since I've had to do this cast about 1.5 million times. But ESCGoOdy has been playing in the field for quite a while now, has been in a couple high-profile tournaments, and currently you can see him in the North American Star League, hosted by Greetorp and In Control of the various StarCraft 2 fames. And yeah, he's been known to be a very aggressive, very macro-heavy, mech-heavy Terran player, and I respect him for that. But now we'll look at Mr. UNIDEN. For those of you who watch the Day 9 dailies, you might be a tad familiar with him, or at least the name. I'm not entirely sure if this is the same UNIDEN, but for those of you who did indeed watch the Day 9, that was a little mistake. For those of you who did indeed watch the Day 9 dailies, UNIDEN does bring about something a little special in all our hearts. In fact, you can probably find it on YouTube, actually. Basically, UNIDEN was playing a mono battle and did something monumentally stupid in the middle of his play. Okay, so that might be what he is known for, but I do not know if this is the same UNIDEN, because I'm pretty sure UNIDEN, the way he reacted in that game was not would probably not result in him getting led into OGS, one of the highest ranked Korean teams in the world. Yes. So, we're seeing now, I mean, obviously he may have improved since then. This is fairly recent, since I'm still able to, you know, do, not that, ah crap, I didn't mean to do that. I'm still able to do this. In fact, actually, let's open up the production tab. I'm actually a tad late on this, since this is my third time attempting to do this. But we're seeing now, he's trying to get as much scouting in as possible, Mr. UNIDEN. He's trying to see if there's some tricky play going in. But while this is all happening, Goody is just trickling Marines in. I think he wants to get early aggression out. And meanwhile, he's going on scouting. And he will continue. He will indeed scout up here if that Zealot does not catch him first. But now we're seeing scattered Marines around. I'll just get into this later, but UNIDEN, from what I know, he's basically for a while he was a joke bronze amongst the higher players, which I think is a little mean, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, we're seeing UNIDEN decide needs a bit of scouting in. They both do have fairly good scouting in. Okay, finally, UNIDEN lays down a proxy pylon. We're seeing Goody is laying down a defensive bunker. I'm not exactly sure what a defensive bunker is, but I do want to see one. I think he might actually be going for some bunker aggression, because we're seeing now some early Marines going in to threaten this Zealot, this Sentry, and these two Stalkers, the only units that UNIDEN has on the field. And they will threaten this Nexus here. I do not think they'll be able to snipe it out. He is now trying to move it in for a bit of scouting and failed. So now the inevitable counterattack from UNIDEN will be going in. I'm not exactly sure. Wait. Oh, for a minute I thought there was a blue guy there. But we're seeing he's using the proxy pylon to good use. Not only getting some scouting to see if there's any foul play here, but he's also whipping in stalkers to try to get rid of these initial bunkers. Unfortunately, he will just heal these up, and unless he just counterattacks these SCVs, I mean, he might be able to get a few SCV picks off. But is he building another bunker? He's going very heavy bunkers. I'm not sure why. He can easily fin this off if he just had a few marauders, but I'm not exactly sure why he's going so heavy marine defense here. And at the same time, I'm not exactly sure why UNIDEN only has one sentry. But we'll actually take a look at the income tab. I'm hoping the new UI doesn't actually... Oh! I'm hoping the new UI doesn't actually cover over this. I haven't exactly fully tested it yet. Okay, so minimal casualties, but because of that Guardian Shield, the casualties are going to be small. Luckily, the casualties are even smaller for the Terran thanks to the efforts of these 4 SCVs. I like that it has this many SCVs pulled off the line just simply to repair. Also, you notice I'm not getting any lag issues this time around. I'm still trying to perfect not having lag. It's not entirely great, but it's a hell of a lot better than it was before. Because the way it goes is StarCraft 2 takes up a big chunk of CPU usage, and so does Fraps. So, oh fucking hell. Oh, okay, it's just the video splitting into 2. But yeah, so basically it's vying for power. Yeah, these stalkers moving around, doing some initial scouting. There doesn't seem to be much more aggression from either. Taking a look at the income tab, however, he has a lot in his base. He's going heavy mech, that much is apparent. And what's this now? Apparently, okay, yeah, he is just moving back here. I think he is gonna secure... Yes, he's gonna oGsUniden is going to secure a 3rd now. So he will be ahead of his Terran companion, as both of them currently only have 2, but with that 3rd, he will pull them into the economic advantage. As right now, the Terran is in the slight lead thanks to the mules on the field. But okay, now we're seeing we are seeing that UNIDEN is researching Blink, which is going to be very handy with all these stalkers already. These stalkers are just waiting to pounce. You just know they are. Meanwhile, though, Goody is setting up a good fortification for his front. Little does he know that there's an observer in the back. But although he seemed to be somewhat... I don't know if he's aware that it's there or not. But he better start knowing soon, because that blink is going to be almost done. And then there will be nothing left. Well, there'll be plenty left, actually. I think... What is he researching now, actually? I'm surprised he has this many Marines, yet he decided initially not to go with... Goody decided not to get any Marine shields, any stem, nothing of that sort. He's just going... Goody's deciding to go very mech heavy. Oh! And there it is! Goody just... Not Goody. UNIDEN blinks up, and he will be taking out the tech lab, which will bring his upgrades back a bit, which is unfortunate, as in there he was researching Infernal Pre-Igniter, the blue flame, as many dub it. I am getting lost within this minimap, I must say. Okay, another blink going up. He will grab a few SCVs. Let's actually take a look at the... Which one is it, actually? I'm actually quite... Units killed. Control... Oh my, he managed to get 9 SCVs. That is a lot of SCVs. I mean, granted, for 13 minutes in, it's not a lot, but it really doesn't seem like a lot, especially when you consider... Oh. Well, that observer's gone. And here comes lag again, but the video is splitting in half. Oh no! He just decided not to move, that's all. I am so stupid. Going back to the income tab, we're now seeing Goody has a few starports. Well, no, 1 starport. But I think he may get a second. He is going to do some drop play. Why here, I do not know. I think it is because the Protoss is trying to get a contain. And it's proving somewhat effective because he is preventing him from grabbing that 3rd by watching over it. But we're seeing... Not really sure what we're seeing. Did they just run in? Like so. Okay, the Stalker's gonna move in real quick. Okay, now we're seeing the big bulk of the force, and he is going to catch that. He must blink away, you little... That blink... Ugh. That Stalker did not know what he was up against. He sees a giant freaking mech and decides, yeah, I can get it. I can take it on. So yeah, that Stalker, they will miss him. That Stalker had balls of steel. Oh! Okay, now we're seeing it doesn't have Infernal Preigniting yet, so he will indeed take away one of those Hellions without much damage. I don't even think scratching the surface off of any of the... Oh no, he did get 1. He did get decent shots off of 1. But that's pretty much it. In the meantime, that Thor is going to be sitting pretty. That Thor is going to be looking like the hero amongst all these gigantic tanks. Although, actually, now that I think about it, the tanks are pretty much the size... They're like twice the size of a single Stalker. Yet they could do trillions more damage. Okay, we're seeing now these 4 Hellions that were dropped earlier are going to be used as a scout. And they will kill that probe off. Which is a serious issue. We're seeing he has pylons placed all throughout. I'm not exactly sure what the purpose of this was. Maybe it was to get better scouting in. But Blue is going to catch this. Goody will see this. And he decides this is the perfect time to take his 3rd. But I don't think he's aware that this Zealot is there. So this may prove somewhat bad. Okay, finally, Protoss grabbing Colossus. Where's the Colossus? There's a Colossus. There's the mighty Colossus. Unfortunately, there's only 1, so it's about... So we'll just name this Mighty Colossus number Bob. So my story, I'm sticking to it. But, oh, my bad. There's many more than 1 Colossus. So yeah, right now, I'm actually surprised at this. UNIDEN is maxed right now. He is, yeah, now he's maxed. That 1 Dark Templar somewhere on the map will prove a problem for these initial tanks. So no, yeah, now he moves in, but unfortunately these Vikings are going to get a good headshot, so to speak. Unfortunately, he is not microing his units as effectively as he could. But against these many tanks, like, what are you going to do? Ow, what was that? Apparently that's my girlfriend telling me she loves me. So, I guess it did take some priority. But yeah, the problem is right now, UNIDEN is maxed, but he doesn't know exactly what to do with it. If he did indeed try to snipe this out, I think that might be better for him. Because these tanks aren't sieged. He'd have the perfect opportunity for something like this. His positioning is right. It is perfect. And right now, he is saturated on 4 bases. And these 3 Hellions deciding to come in there and wreck his shit are going to get stomped. And that will be the end of it. Those 3 Hellions are just going to be, they may write letters, but the important matter is, like, they're dead. No one is going to remember those 3 Hellions in battle. Unfortunately, all these tanks are now unsieged. He is not yet aware that he is going into a cone of death, however, because of all these Vikings. But he will pick off 1 factory, maybe 2 factories. I'm hoping I do not get a blue screen to death, because I am deadly fearing it. Because this game is so wicked awesome. He is moving his tanks forward to try to defend a little better, because he does not want to lose. He now did pick off a 2nd. He was going to pick off a 3rd factory since it is now on fire. But now we're seeing that these Colossus are going to be completely gone by the end of this. Does he move the Vikings back? He does move the Vikings back. And the Thors will push them away. So that was not very well defended, but he did push it away. And all it really cost him was 2 factories. I appreciate that he did go for those 2, but does he actually have... No, I guess he is making the classic Terran mistake of making all the production buildings at the same location. So yeah, I'm sure that must be. We are seeing though that this did put UNIDEN far behind, especially considering. Let's actually take a look at the units tab. He has 88 probes. That means 88 units within this 184 unit mixture is just probes. That is ridiculous. Especially for a Protoss. I shouldn't say especially for a Protoss. I'm just saying he should free some room up, because honestly, I do not know if he's getting all the use out of it. Okay, that is a ridiculous wall. Not a wall-in exactly, but a concave of tanks. It might actually be better for him if he went this way, but there's a few Hellions on the field. He is now securing a 5th all the way over here. I'm not exactly sure why that is. He might actually be safer going here. Or here. Anywhere but all the way, you know, here. That's the point. Okay, we are going to see a small battle go out because of these Hellions. Involving Dark Templars and Archons that I missed because I'm terrible. Ugh. Rough. But he will. I guess this is a little easier to defend, actually. He is going to be placing pylons all the fucking way over there, which is good considering. I mean, he's just going to move in right here, which is actually kind of funny. As I was saying though, UNIDEN will be able to defend this little spot because his army is so very close because it's trying to be so aggressive. And we're seeing Goody is making another command center because he badly wants to grab this expansion. I assume. He might be going for that one, but if he is, then why not just build it like right here? I'm still trying to get used to this drag tool, so please forgive me. We are seeing a small skirmish going in. He just want to pick off these probes that are trying to get in. He will be using these Hellions to scout, which is a good idea. And we're seeing air upgrades. I'm not sure why that is. I'm utterly confused by this. Okay, 6 Stalker's gonna go in to try to deal with this Zealot threat. And before that, though, the probe is going to go in to try to build a nexus right on top of these 3 Hellions. Remember those 4 Hellions near the beginning of the game? At the mid of the game? Of course you don't. I decided to name them. It's Bob, Bobbert, and Bobberson. The best names, but let's see you come with any. Unfortunately, these Hellions are going to be effective in getting the drop, not getting the drop on the Protoss army over here, but what it'll essentially do is it'll soak up most of the damage and bring them closer for the tanks to hit them. Which is a very good plan. Okay, we're now seeing, and it's being, oh, that's my bad. DT being worked over here, he's just scouting around. There's way too many Vikings in this competition. I'm not sure if I like this. But there are a lot of Colossus, especially for him. Like, actually, like at this point, he might want to invest in some air units, but he is retreating a bit, which may prove to bite him in the ass. But he is seeing that one DT here will at least distract them briefly. And it will also set this bush on fire. I'm not sure why that is. This poor bush. Ugh. Has the unfortunate, you know, misnomer of being named after one of our worst presidents. And we're seeing, though, he is going to attack here a third... Is it a third time? Which is it's very lightly defended, but these Vikings are going to be streaming in. Unfortunately, his ground army... Luckily, though, he does not have enough stalkers to deal with this. So this will be very effective. So we will be wiping out all these production buildings. I don't think even if he moved these ground units in fast enough, it'd be enough. We are seeing, though, these are going to get rid of the Hellions quite easily, but the Vikings are going to be coming in from the backside, and he will not be able to focus fire them fast enough. He has too much of the ground army. He needs to retreat right now. But he is not. Why isn't he doing this? Oh, that was devastating. Devastating. Okay, let's actually count the bases right now. We're seeing... Yeah, okay, that does not count. That does not count. That's ridiculous. Okay, we're seeing for ESCGoOdy, we have one, two... 3, 4 bases. 4 bases effectively... This one's not entirely mined out, I guess, but... Only 3 of them are actually mining. Okay, we're now seeing a big counterattack because now he... Crap. Goody does have the advantage, though, because he's going heavy mech. He will not be able to counter this for some time. Unfortunately for him, he does not know that there are this many Stargates in the background. This is going to be a big damper on his plans, because nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition, or in this case, it will be played by the carrier. But yes, we will see these tanks will be slowly leapfrogging in, and these probes are just very content with what they're doing. They're just mining whatever little gas is left. They might actually be able to mine this one out. Let's see if they mine it out before it dies, and it does? Yes, it does. Unfortunately, that Nexus is now destroyed. But now we're seeing the carriers are going to be used in play. The problem is those Vikings just do devastating damage when they are focus firing on the carriers. Unfortunately for the Thors, they have no idea what they're hitting. They are aiming to the interceptors. Unfortunately, I do believe that Goody's, all his APM is going toward trying to focus fire the carriers. Fortunately, though, he does have all these tanks. But the problem is, oh, now we see a mothership on the field. Oh my jeez. It's supposed to be a lifesaver. He knows immediately that mothership is there. He needs to retreat. He has nothing to deal with something that colossal. He is going to be expanding because of such a successful attack, however. I am surprised. I'm very surprised he does not take this down. You'd think he could still be able to take it down even with this menial force, and then draw his fire, because it'd take a while. Or even this, although this is a little well defended with all the... Yeah, these... I'll give you a picture. Those Dark Templars do not fuck around. And once again, we're seeing UNIDEN is maxed, and he is ready for battle. This is it, folks. He has a freaking mothership on the field. A mothership which likes to make my computer cry. And there it goes. Unfortunately, he does indeed walk into siege tanks yet again. What may have been better if he led with the... carriers. I'm actually surprised. I haven't seen carriers in so long. He is going to try to flank around, however. And he's going to wait for the mothership to go because he lacks detection once he gets rid of that missile turret. And there it goes! Once you take a look at his vision, he is not able to detect. He is able to now... Oh wait, no he's not. My vision just got weird. He does scan though, so he's able to see this coming. Unfortunately, I do not think he'll be able to handle it because of the vortex clumping in a few of the units that we're in, and this must be the end. Yeah, there it is, it's GG. Good game indeed, Mr. Goody. Good game, Mr. UNIDEN. I do want to say, regardless of how bronze level play UNIDEN has been known to have, if this is the same UNIDEN in question, he may have gotten a lot better. I do not have a clue. This could be, according to this must be like a masterclass replay. But by the time this is edited, I will know, and I will put it up on the brand new UI, which, you know, congratulations to me on finally putting out. Oh my, that was a good game. It was back and forth. Honestly, if Goody, like, the problem was UNIDEN was aggressive the entire game. If Goody made more attacks like he did at the, well, I think it was the 30-minute mark, the 28-minute mark. If he did more attacks like that, just giant balls of death, destroying all that it can. Or hell, he could even, like, direct his army going here, and it would have done just as much damage. But no. We're seeing that he lost because he did not have enough resources to focus fire. Honestly, he may have directed way too much of his time into Vikings. He needed something to obviously take care of this the anti-air and the Colossus. And honestly, if he had a bigger, he did overcommit to Vikings, but at the same time he undercommitted to Vikings. Because he had these Marines there the entire time. And I'm not even sure if they had... I'm fairly confident that he did not even have Marine... I'm pretty sure he did not have Marine upgrades the entire time. Let's actually take a look. See if you can spot it. Do you see any barracks anymore? No? Me neither. That was another thing, I think. Oh my goodness, it's a lot of SCVs. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire! This has actually gone way too long. So I will try to end this as quick as I can. I am not able to find a single barracks. Honestly, if he went bio, the carriers are able to wipe through bio. I'm not just certain. But the problem is, he did not have a good enough army to support these tanks, to support the Vikings. And he did not make a single Marauder the entire game. Or a Ghost, for that matter. Ghost would have been great against anything, really. maybe not. Maybe Marauder. Either way, a bio would have certainly helped him. Rather, like, because he has a lot of gas, it seems. He could have invested in a Raven to at least use a PDE to redirect the Stalker fire, so he could be able to use the Vikings more effectively. This would have been able to turn it into his favor, but regardless, they both played very, very well. I just really wish Goody was more aggressive and did indeed, you know, take out that one base. He was aware that one base was there the entire game, but he decided not to grab it. There's a lot of bases he could have picked at, but I mean, he just kept funneling into the front. Where most of the production facilities were there, but the problem is he took out a Nexus that was done mining. Regardless, I need to end because it is now going into 7 fully encoded videos, and that is way too long for a game that is, let's take a look, essentially 34 minutes long. Probably longer by the time I'm done talking through it. But that was a great game, so I commend you oGsUniden and ESCGoOdy. This has been GxCraft. Have a nice day.